Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Geshe has arrived. He's out. Oh, he's coming in.
Please turn to page 35 in the Gold Prayer Book, and we'll start with the 7-limb prayer. Gosum pegone chazelo ngesham yitu cherti malubu tomene saditun tam cheshag kepagewanam la shegiram Korwa matom bardule june dola cherki kolo korwadan da jengenan jan chu chen porngo. And then on pages 97 and 98 for the short mandal offering and the request to turn the full Dharma. Saji perki shushing metog tamli rablishi nidegen pari sangye jingdu nite uwa hidoku namdak shingla cherpasho Jetsun lama dampa kenam kichur kukala Kense Chujin Trig Jitar Tampe Duje Zima Lazab Gercherki Charpawab to sir Idam Guru Ratamadalakam Niryatayami.
Sanje
Chödan
Chodan
Soki
Suje
Chonamla
Chonam
Janchu
Chanju
Badudani Kapsuchi Dagi
Dage
Chunyengi
Chuje
Pesernamgi Dola Penchir Sangetu Pasho.
Sanje
Chödan
Chodan
Soki
Suje
Chonamla Janchu Badudani Kapsuchi Dagi Chunyengi Pesernamgi Dola Penchir Sangetu Pasho.
Sanje
Chödan
Chodan
Soki Chonam La Janchu Badudani Kapsuchi Dagi Chunyengi Pesernamgi Dola Penchir Sangetu Pasho.
Lada Alame Minami Yomana Vanja Jela Shuje Chola Chawa Chawa Sanje Asura Rada Shije Neve Yomade Dajia Tambe Chuje Deshichi Namala Eke Dano Dane Jenge Tiboda Dami Eke Nada Dua Kunjana Najuna Tamje Ke Don Tabe Chute 관계 두세년서 내다 왔던 게 뭐죠? 단대신에 대해서 뭐 고동되는 거죠. Oh yeah. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. The questions here from Susie. Yeah, so this is like same point. It's all same meaning, different text, same meaning. Appearance does not obscure absence. Absence does not obscure appearance. This and the three principal extra parts, these are all same thing. And the other way around, absence, cause, appearance, cause, absence cause, appearance. These are all same thing. The verses number 13, these are all same meaning. Means all same thing, okay? Oh, very good questions. Even like figuring out what I said, different texts, you figure it out in the three principal extra the part, verses number 13, these are same meaning. Different words, same meaning, okay? That's a wonderful question. Now, usually appearance, if you dig deeper, a little bit deeper, appearance refers to interdependence. Appearance, interdependence, same thing, no difference, different word, meaning same thing. 나왔더니 똥바 똥바 킬렌터스. Then how emptiness rise and cause. I think in order to understand the karma, in order to gain profound, complete understanding of karma, then you need to understand emptiness, shunyata in Buddhism. Without that, understanding of karma is not going to be very deep. Now what then? The appearance, interdependence, same thing. Tongpa, absence. It's more like there's two things happening. Seeing seeing, not necessarily seeing that object, whatever object might be, not necessarily seeing that object is interdependent, maybe seeing that object is independent. Or it's been there a long time, it's been like last month there. But our idea is not complete. Our interaction with the object, conventional reality is not based on understanding of interdependence. It's very much based on your ideas, or your perceptions, or our interacting with the conventional realities, form, shape, color, sound, smell, taste, tactile, all of that, what we call like 5 qualities of desire realms: form, sound, smell, taste, tactile. Everything that we enjoy included in one of those. That's where we become like attached to 5 objects. So we see them, but we interact with those objects very much with our own perceptions, our own idea, not necessarily from the understanding of interdependence. Therefore, and most of the time, it seems like something very absolute, concrete, independent. So they're not just seeing that, then believing. So that causes, then a lot of complications. So the believing part is that's the part, Shempa. That part needs to be eliminated in order to experience shunyata or emptiness. So, according to the Mahamudra teachings, gajam mangi, chida tudachis, teneshipe chadarum, gajam mangi, not understanding what needs to be negated, not having good understanding of what needs to be negated. Gajam mangi, chida tudachis, teneshipe chadarum. So that kind of understanding, interactions may be destroyed. To able to see the interdependence. It's not. It doesn't sound like interdependent. It sounds very much like independent. It very much sounds like. It doesn't sound like merely level. It very much sounds like absolute existence. So, so there's what this misunderstanding is caused by not able to identify object of negations, object is something to be negated, not having clear understanding of that cause you to see something absolute, not just that, and believing in that. So then it's going to cause more and more problems, or something like that. Okay, let's not talk about problems, let's read the book. So now the wisdom part. This is very important, it's very important. Called the wisdom. It's very important, wisdom out of 6 perfections: generosity, ethics, patience, joyful effort, concentrations. The last one is wisdom. The wisdom is the last perfections, 6 perfections. Wisdom liberates, wisdom frees us from problems, and that's very true. So need wisdom. We need wisdom in order to overcome from in order to root out all the, in order to tackle the root of all the sufferings. So that need, it requires wisdom. Without wisdom, just simple belief in faith is not going to help. So need to learn and how to tackle that, and that requires wisdom. Okay. So now I'll read it from here. I think I already read a little bit. Nangbe Trupta, Buddhist thinking. You could say Buddhist like Trupta means usually like Trupta, so like assertions. They are like Nangbe Trupta. It's almost a view. Also almost a view. What is the view of Buddhists? View is very much interdependent. Therefore, because of that view, that's how having the like accepting creator is not that easy. Accepting creator because of interdependent view is not that easy because of the interdependent. The Tawa Tenjung, Tawa means view is interdependent. Nangbe Truptas. What it says in the translations? Just wondering. People are having books. I don't think everyone has books. No, maybe there's two different ways to read a book. If you have one, you can read. If you don't have book, you can read from ear. So I'm I'm reading the book. You can read from ear.
All schools of Buddhism, with one minor exception,
All schools, that's good to that. It's not really saying the meaning. Should say like all tenet system of Buddhism, all tenet. That's probably better translation. I think school is not. When you hear word school, you think about kindergarten, elementary, like high school, college. It's not that kind of school. This should call like all tenet of Buddhist tenet to the. So then, Kangsa means self, person. Kangsa means person. Pumunga tenpa tenyeba dojingsa, pumunga tenyeba dojingsa. So most of the tenet that believe they are like philosophical view of person is dependent on five aggregate: form, feelings, discrimination. The last one is consciousness. Number 4. Yeah, composition factor. These are four called five aggregates. So the form aggregate is this physical body. That's how you define. That's the only, like, you don't have idea of consciousness. If you show the idea of feelings, nobody recognizes who are you. So the consciousness, discrimination, composition factor, these are not part of that. Then basically picture of your body, that's your IT. No, it's not the, I don't think there's picture of your feeling, rest, there's no picture. So that's how, generally speaking, everybody associates themselves with the body. So that's exactly what it means. Person is dependent on five aggregate. Some people define themselves based on their feeling, body mainly. Out of all these Buddhist tenet systems, just one, all the rest believes person is dependent on aggregate, five aggregate. Okay. Pumunga matemba daji means they don't accept persons without depending on aggregate. But dame je namsha dame Then what is Lamrim? What this is Dhamma Namja?
They reject the belief in a self that exists independently of these aggregates.
Then
The theory of selflessness, however, goes much further.
theory of selflessness. Okay, Dhamma Namja systems, traditions. Dhamma Namja Kansa ki tenki Dhamma dili Geshe Sabashi in this. Dhamma Namja. Nganze chotamje denpa tribe tongpa yinshinsa, tenam nilu tamoshi yoba shekaba yinsa. Can you repeat this word again, please?
The theory of
Yeah, theory, okay.
selflessness.
Theory of selflessness not just refers to self, it refers to all the existing thing, because seeing them something absolute, independent meaning, not based on cause and conditions. That's what you are indirectly saying. Oh, this is independent. When you say, oh, this is independent, this is very independent, underline what you are saying is this is not dependent on cause and conditions. So that is not correct. This is very much dependent on cause and conditions. So independent, according to Buddhist theory, independent meaning is not dependent on cause and conditions. There's nothing that don't depend on cause and conditions or path or directions. So sky, there's no that depend on directions, east, west, north, south. These are very much dependent on cause and conditions, direct cause, wood, cooperative conditions, tools, persons, ideas, all of that. So that's important to remember in Buddhism. Whenever you hear word absolute, underline what it means. It means not depending on cause and conditions. That's exactly what it means. When you say absolute, inherent, independent, this all underline meaning not dependent on cause and conditions. But usually when we interact, we don't think each time like that. Then the context about Namji Chu tell Demba to be chachi and Mebato, Namji Chu the Demba to be chachi and Mebato, severe subject. Object of consciousness, object of awareness, object of whatever the object might be, feeling, anxiety, fear, stress, physical things, whatever that object might be, you are like experiencing. This object of the awareness. If you understand these are all interdependent, none of them is independent, absolute, even though it very much sounds like that, feels like that, but it's not. It's very much dependent. Once you understand that, the bottom of Tomba is 10 number Nilu Shake over Inza. Tona Sivasabi Jum. Sivasabi means root of samsara, seed of samsara will be destroyed. Seed of samsara will be destroyed. If you gain that knowledge or experience, then the seed of samsara will be destroyed. Meaning, no more samsara, samsara is old end, no more samsara. Meaning, no more suffering associated with any living, breathing, physical body. Right now, human, we have complications, we have problems. No problem, they're related to the 6 realms. Whatever their problem, each individual realms has problems. You are free from all of that, including human, celestial being, demigod, all of that. There's no more something. That's what it means, okay? Then chunam CBS jomi tele do the chunam la ranja to be nilush yoba dembazumani maribit, and other way around, seeing everything absolute, inherent, unchanging, all of that. according to Buddhist tenet, especially Madhyamika system or system of tenet, Madhyamika tenet, these are all considered as ignorance. Ignorance. Meaning no wisdom. No wisdom. Ignorance only can be dispelled by developing wisdom. And wisdom requires some knowledge, lot of knowledge. And especially this wisdom requires a lot of knowledge. Knowledge about true truth, conventional truth. What is the conventional truth? What is the ultimate truth? True truth, Four Noble Truth, true truth, all of that knowledge is very much needed in order to dispel this ignorance, this particular ignorance, believing everything that everything we interact, not necessarily we interact with the object with the understanding of interdependence, understanding of emptiness. We don't. So therefore, we end up projecting more than is there. We end up projecting in anything, we end up projecting more than is there. So not just that, then we end up believing on that. So then that leads to many complications. Okay. That Theravada means Theravada traditions. Mahayana Buddhists, Theravada Buddhists, within the Buddhism there's Theravada Buddhists and Mahayana Buddhists. According to Theravada Buddhists, Theravada Migiwe Lo, Nam Pangde, Kowale, Troll, Mitoba Nudrushi. Theravada Namji Migiwe Lo, Nam Pangde, Kowale, Nudrushi. Tendamba Shena, Tedasa Moni, Chanjusim, Labji, Nidun Chimbuji. 태반면보는 미기로는 빵데 코알에 좀 미기로는 빵데 코알에 좀 미디고. I don't understand that. 되는 거 자주스면은 니들이 랑자지. 니들이 랑자지 람도 슈네 다좀 봐주나. 니들이 랑자 람자 슈네. 콘지 니들 용서 빵이랑 콘지 내가 돈이 또 봐요. So now it's getting a little bit, this is very much related to the philosophical knowledge. So that's why it's getting harder and harder because the subject, shunyata, emptiness, is not something very easy to understand. So therefore, this explanation is getting harder and harder. The nyendu da rangja lamdose. I probably need some help. Can you read a little bit? So I'm not sure in the English part.
It is a mistake to believe that, we're on page 115. It is a mistake to believe that those who practice the lower vehicles are unable to free themselves from negative emotions and thereby attain liberation from samsara.
Let's go on 1 second, hold 1 second right there. There was something mistake there. Can you repeat that part?
It is a mistake to believe that those who practice the lower vehicles are unable to free themselves from negative emotions and thereby attain liberation from samsara.
Then maybe there's this book has been translated from English to Tibetan. So that's why, sometimes there's a mistake, sometimes here's a mistake. Maybe here's some mistake in Tibetan word. Okay. So then, please continue.
Indeed, to think like this is
Can you online people, my friend, can you hear what I'm reading? Okay, very good. This is very much about education, it's about emptiness, okay? So need to understand,
Indeed, to think like this is a major breach of the Bodhisattva precepts. When those who follow the paths of the Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas become...
Yeah, so this now, the Shravaka, Pratyeka Buddha part, you have no clue what it's saying. Best way to explain?
Shravakas are those the hearers who.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Tendrila, she studied in Australia almost how many years?
A lot.
Yeah. So she went all the way to Australia to study there. You know, they have like strong community there. So the only thing they monastery takes 25 years to finish. You know, so and there, so monastery, going to monastery is not language barrier, culture, all of that. She went to Australia, spent there many years. So she studied, so that I think she's qualified to explain. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so the Shravakas are those who are on the hero path that,
Oh.
that so they listen
Yeah.
to the teachings.
So the hearer part, there's like 15 set of part, 15 set. Hearer, 5, so the other one,
Pratyeka Buddhas,
how you explain that one?
that's the self-realizers.
Yeah, of course, self-realizer. There's 15 associated with self-realizer. 5 part associated with the hearer, 5 part associated with the self-realizer, 5 part associated with the Mayana. Hearer and self-realizer, they are considered as Theravada practitioners. Mayana, so they're like Buddhists in Japan, Tibet, Korea, Vietnam, China, Mongolia. So the Buddhism in Thailand, Burma, Sri Lanka, Cambodia, Laos, all of that, they are like Theravada. But it's all Buddhist. So it's not that difficult to learn, but in this case, if you wonder like 5 part, first one is called path of accumulations. That's what it's called, path of accumulation. Second one, path of preparations. Third one, path of seeing. Fourth one, path of meditative. So the last one, path beyond learning. No more learning. School finish. No more path beyond learning. So these are same name associated, 5 of them, path of accumulation, path of preparation, path of seeing. Path of seeing, what is it called, path of seeing? There you see emptiness directly, path of seeing. Then path of meditative, path beyond learning, so there's no more learning. So these 5 associated with the hearer, 5 associated with the self-realizer, 5 associated with the Mayana, that become 15. If you study ground and path, in which case Tendrila already studied, ground and path, the text called ground and path. The one that I studied in the monastery, it is only 17 page, not like this, the long page, the traditional page. But the commentary has hundreds of pages, so if you study that, so then you have some clue. So I think I taught here many years ago, like more than 12 years ago. But that time it didn't went very well because of my English, no translator because of your Tibetan, and my English combination of that. We didn't do a very good job. But we try all our best, These are just for the sake of knowledge. When you hear or hear I even don't know how to say it in Sanskrit. Yeah, so there's this. So that is that. So then now you have some clue, or maybe I want to know more, then read text called ground and path. So then ground and path, what's called Tendula?
Grounds and path, yeah. Grounds and path.
Yeah.
Grounds.
Yeah, Sadlam. Then that's the best answer you can get, but doesn't make any sense. But when you say in Tibetan, Salam, it makes perfectly sense. When you say ground and path, what ground? Ground where you grow tomato, it's not that kind of ground. It's different. So then that's the only translation. Unfortunately, I don't think there's better translation. Sadhan Lamje. Yeah, the bhumi, sometimes they use word bhumi, the Sanskrit bhumi. So we say in Tibetan called sa. If you literally translate sa, it means ground. But in that context, doesn't mean ground. It means inner experience that you reach. There's 10 different levels you reach. These are all, I think, ground is all. There's no, like, the ground is only associated with the minor part. There's no ground in hearer or self-realizer. There's only started from, in Maya, part of preparation, Maya, part of accumulation, part of preparation, part of seeing. From there, then the ground starts. There are 10 of them. So that, so it's all like meditative realizations, 10 different levels. That's what it doesn't mean like ground. It means that part, there's 15 of them. Each one is 5. For the sake of the knowledge, if you like to know more, so then please read the text. It's called Ground and Path, the text. Tene kunzu nyudu yonsu pongla jo, kunzu nyeba tonyi toba yinshi. Teme kunzu kwa la tamido, tengo mashina tonyi tobe sharab la tene chanchub, chi riksum juwa yinde, tedane nyudu chun ranja chun tene chanchub. Chanchub, body. So body, Sanskrit body, chanchub means like a last result, ultimate result. There's like great enlightenment. Great enlightenment, that's Buddhahood. Great enlightenment, that's Buddhahood. But there's enlightenment, the word even used in the path beyond learning in the header, is called enlightenment. Path beyond learning in the self-realizer, the last one is called also enlightenment, but these are not true enlightenment. It's just called enlightenment. But the true enlightenment is like the great enlightenment, that's Buddhahood. That's only the last path beyond learning from Maya path. Okay. So anyway, so based on the Madhyamika systems, Madhyamika theory, Madhyamika Pasankika systems, you have to see emptiness directly in order to achieve one of the enlightenment. Even the small enlightenment is associated with the higher path. From where? There's 5 of them. Which one? Higher path beyond learning, that's called enlightenment. Self-realizer, path beyond learning, that's what's called enlightenment. In order to reach that, you have to see emptiness, according to Madhyamika, Pasankika systems. Okay, that's what's happening here. So then, so now the Geshe Shiva is so Yangla Dita Tamjin to be Sherab, Shizum Bisharab, Chanjusim Bisharab Koale, Nindu the Ranjanam Suzilam the Shuni, Jebel Halozala Koa means. So in the very beginning of this text, remember the everything that Buddha taught is taught for you to generate wisdom. That wisdom is not talking about any kind of wisdom. This wisdom is very particular one. It's only you can gain that wisdom. You can only gain that wisdom. This is like understanding of shunyata, very much supported by compassion, powered by compassion, loving kindness, compassion. Is the driving engine of that experience of shunyata is caused by loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta that caused that. Generally speaking, caused that, okay? 근데 나도 돈이도 거기서 자주 선반도 일이서 시작 탐지 주는 좀 몰라 가지고 콘주 시집 마반 병원은 이집 방법이 있지. 대단하다 내가 가시기 전에 니모베 놀라 때문에 대부상 좀 셔봐셔야 돼. So I think better you to read, so then if there's something that you don't understand, then I will explain. Maybe you can read, people can hear. Otherwise, I'm reading in Tibetan, you don't understand a word what I'm saying. If you read in English, then at least they can hear. So then if there's something that probably needs to be more explanation, then I'm happy to do.
I'll continue where I left off.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. When those who follow the paths of the Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas become arhats, they completely rid themselves of the obscurations engendered by negative emotions. They must also have a
Anyone who don't understand, please raise your hand, then we'll stop, then I will explain, okay? Otherwise, it's not good to read like newspaper. So then 1 hour we can finish, then if class is done. So we need to understand, okay? Yeah, sorry, Alhamdulillah.
They must also have a realization of emptiness, otherwise they would not be freed from samsara. The wisdom of understanding emptiness, in fact, gives rise to 3 types of enlightenment, that of the Shravakas, that of the Pratyeka Buddhas, and that of the Bodhisattvas.
I just explained that.
When Shantideva says all these branches of the doctrine, the Mighty One expounded for the sake of wisdom, he is referring to the wisdom of the Bodhisattvas and not to the mere insight into emptiness cultivated by the Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas as they progress upon their respective paths. What then is special about the Bodhisattva's wisdom? Why do they meditate on emptiness? Bodhisattvas aim to rid themselves not only of the obscurations created by negative emotions, but also of the obscurations that are obstacles to knowledge. They must free themselves from the former before
Let's go on, level 1 second. Here, obscurations, I'm not sure what kind of idea you're getting when you hear this word, obscurations. So this is like 2 types of obscuration. One is mainly the interest of you to achieve another 2 types of enlightenment. One is like Buddhahood. Can you explain that? 2 types of obscuration.
Okay, so the first level of obscurations that all those who seek to be liberated from samsara
Yeah, that's good.
is what's being referred to here as the obscurations or obstacles created by negative emotions.
Called Tibetan word is called Nudip. It's kind of complicated. Please don't get discouraged. It's kind of complicated. So just another one's called Shidip.
So it's, the negative emotions is sometimes called the afflictions.
No. There's 2 types, right? The first one obscure you to achieve similar to enlightenment, liberations. Like the last one obscure you to achieve Buddhahood.
Yeah.
That's called
the
Shidip.
obstacles to knowledge. The obstacles to knowledge are what is necessary to have complete enlightenment.
Yeah,
So
Shidip. That's called
omniscience, yeah.
omniscient. Yeah, omniscient. Same thing. There's 2 types of afflictions. First one's called Nudip. That's the way they put in their obscurations. Second one's called Shidip. So I think the Dendera did a good job. Shidip. Yeah. I used to have my
Cognitive obscurations.
my English teacher here. Now it's gone, like dictionary. No longer there, so can't tell.
The cognitive
Yeah,
obscurations.
These are the 2. So, okay. You need to write it down, so maybe you can hand it next time when you read a lot of books, so then some clue. Yeah, Lamrim, please continue.
Is that where did I stop? They must free themselves from the former before they can deal with the latter?
Yeah,
Okay. Nevertheless, it may be said that in certain circumstances, negative emotions provide the occasion for a good result, as when the cherishing of others arises through desire. As the proverb says, foul sewage from the city of Sirkia fertilizes the fields of sugarcane. In fact, however, the Bodhisattva's real enemies and the greatest hindrances in their work for others are the obscurations that veil omniscience. But since these consist in the residual traces left by negative emotions,
yeah, any of you don't understand, just say something, so then I will explain, okay?
it follows that the latter must be abandoned before the obstacles to knowledge can be removed. Thus, when bodhisattvas meditate on emptiness, their aim is mainly to dispel these obstacles to knowledge. In order to do this, it is not enough simply to have an intellectual understanding of the subtle nature of things. The wisdom that dispels these obscurations must be supported by such practices as generosity and the other paramitas.
Yeah, generosity, so on and so forth. First, five professions. Generosity, ethic, patience, joyful effort, concentrations, very much needed. So they just mentioned the word generosity, but there should be etc., so on and so forth. Isn't it?
The Buddha taught these different practices so that bodhisattvas could attain the clear insight through which they might dispel obstacles to knowledge and then work for the benefit of others.
Yeah, very good. Everybody understands quite well. Very happy. So please continue. Yeah.
In talking about generating wisdom to put an end to suffering, Shantideva is referring to the suffering of all beings. After all, this text is about the activities of the bodhisattva, and have we not only recently discussed what is wrong with cherishing oneself and why it is important to think of others. When generosity and so forth are practiced as paramitas, are practiced with
So now that it's not just cherishing oneself, it's like selfish. It's not just cherishing. Of course, we have to cherish ourselves. We have to help ourselves, get out of samsara, help us. We have to help ourselves to achieve fully enlightenment. We have to do all of that. It's not that these are all are cherishing oneself. Here, Rang Chinzi, Tibetan word Rang Chinzi, it has negative connotations. It's only thinking about yourself. Even just forget about the spiritual field. In mundane level, day-to-day life, you are not going to be happier. Just thinking of yourself. That's not how to be happy. Even this life, if you are very selfish, you may not have a lot of friends. Eventually people find out being that's like only thinking about yourself. That's called self-cherishing. Self-cherishing. Rang Chinzi is not just cherishing, self-cherishing. That it has Rang Chinzi. That's how it sounds in Tibetan. It has negative connotations. Rang Chinzi. Yeah, please continue.
Okay. When generosity and so forth are practiced as paramitas, are practiced with an understanding that the subject, object, and the action itself are all devoid of true existence. These acts become very profound and completely transcend ordinary generosity and so on. We should note that Shantideva talks...
Yeah, but reading will continue. If you understand, that's very good news. Say more times. Yeah, if you don't understand, raise your hand. So then explanations are needed, okay?
I just wanted to clarify the two obstacles. So the first obstacle is taming your negative emotions, jealousy, greed, all of those negative emotions.
Yeah, very like active, afflicted, like you could say emotion, or afflicted.
Anger, jealousy, greed.
All the disturbing emotions.
Yeah, all the disturbing emotions. So another type of, there's more like tendency, propensity, tendencies. So these obscure you to achieve omniscience, fully enlightenment. Another one, more main is like tendency, pacha, like Yeah, even the arhat, not arya, arhat means arhat is not only in hearer, path beyond learning is considered as arhat. Path beyond learning in hearer, path beyond learning in self-realizer, the last one. I count 5, like remember? Path of accumulation, path of preparation, path of seeing, path of meditative, path beyond learning. Path beyond learning in hearer, that's called arhat. Path beyond learning in self-realizer, the last one, is called arhat. Path beyond learning in mayana, this all called arhat. This is all arhat. Arya means someone who sees emptiness directly. It doesn't have to be achieved the last path. Still there more to go. Path of meditative, then path beyond learning. So you achieve, there's 2 more to go. Arya means someone who sees emptiness directly. Arhat is like someone who is already in the path beyond learning, called arhat. Understand?
I thought the Arya being saw emptiness in meditative equipoise, and when he comes out of meditative equipoise, he sees things like an illusion.
Yeah, that's Arya.
Arya being, right, right.
That's called Arhat. There's difference between Arhat and Arya.
Right.
Arhat is always path beyond learning. You have to achieve their path beyond last path. Either there's the self-realizer, hearer, you have to achieve the last one, even the minor path. So then you are called Arhat.
So an Arhat sees emptiness directly.
Yeah. So that's like after the path of seeing, then path of meditative, then path beyond learning. So then you become Arhat. Okay. For the second knowledge.
So the first obstacle was taming the negative emotions.
Yeah.
And the second obstacle to knowledge by knowing and practicing the 6 perfections with the understanding that everything is interdependent?
Yeah, so that combination of that practice of 6 perfections and experience of shunyata or interdependence, so that kind of cause you to achieve the full enlightenment and also helps you to overcome from obscuration to knowledge. That's what it's called, shitip, obscuration to knowledge.
At least there are two obscurations. One is obscurations, afflictive obscurations. They prevent liberation from samsara. Closer. Okay, so, but the second set of obscurations is the obscurations to knowledge. That's what prevents omniscience, Buddhahood. So the paramitas are actually practiced before, practicing the perfections is happening before you have that perfection of wisdom, and then you're liberated. But after that, if you want complete Buddhahood, then you have to overcome the obstacles to knowledge, which are like the smell of garlic in the bag. What's left, the imprints that are left.
Yeah, that's very good analogy. Smell of garlic in the back. Garlic is not there, gone, but smell is still there. Even though all the afflicted emotions, disturbing thoughts are gone, but their smell is still there. So that tendency, usually called tepaksa tendency, that's very good, yeah.
Sometimes you'll see even the afflictive obscurations translated as tendencies of mind too, so it can be very confusing.
Like that, so for example, like say, you like to climb trees. You very much, that's one of your hobby. You like to climb trees or climb mountains or maybe hike or maybe ice skating, like what do you call like, ice skating, there. People there do in mountain, snow mountain. No, like ski. Yeah, cross ski, this habit, the hobby. Even though you may become like, you may be liberated from samsara, now still you have this, you still climb trees, still like skis. That's like the smell of that hobby. Because of the smell of that hobby, you still It's like that. Rajamba two the chance. Yeah, so that event you become arhat. You still climb trees. You still probably climb mountains, whatever you used to do. These are, it's like caused by not delusions. It's not the delusion is gone. It's caused by the tendency like that. There's pakja, called pakja. Like the good things, like smell of garlic, long gone, but smell is still there, like that. If you look the emotions of God, but there's like smells that obscure you to achieve full enlightenment. Very good analogy, isn't it? Yeah. Let's continue. Yeah, if you don't understand, raise your hand. So then, it is clarified. Your question clarified. Is that your question? Is that your question? Okay, very good. Yeah.
We should note that Shantideva talks about generosity first and places the topic of wisdom only at the end. He had a reason for this. In the compendium of all practices, just before beginning...
So the continuum...
Compendium of all practices?
Love to, this is not some form of practice. This is like text. This is a textbook composed by I think it's composed by Arya Asanga. These are all there. Arya Asanga, they're preaching Labakuliti was. Arya Asanga or what?
This is Shantideva's Shikshama.
Shiksha Samuja?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, sorry, there's two of them. One is composed by Arya Asanga. Maybe that one here in the book is composed by Shantideva. Love this, okay. It's a Shiksha Samoja. Yeah, Shiksha Samoja, the Sanskrit word. Yeah, so, yeah, then it.
In the compendium of all practices, just before beginning his exposition of emptiness, he shows with numerous quotations from the sutras that the Buddha himself, before broaching the same subject...
There's another thing, the Guide to Buddhism Way of Life, composed by same author, Shantideva, Indian master. This is all stanza, right? It all has like short line. This text, this is like filled with quotation from sutras. It's not sentence, it's all long sentence. The Shantideva quotes so many parts, whatever Shantideva said in Guide to Buddhism Way of Life, backed by all the sutras, directly taught by Buddha. Shantideva quoted all the sutras. That's why you can't make it stand that this all loose sentence, another text. So,
before broaching the same subject, would speak about the unattractiveness and impermanence of phenomena and about the nature of suffering. One might also think that the world of phenomena was the main subject of his teaching, for it was only in conclusion that he would say that things have no true objective existence. There was, however, an extremely important reason for his proceeding in this way. To begin with, he would discuss the positive and negative aspects of things, laying the ground for a clear understanding of the unfailing functioning of relative truth, according to which things do indeed exist.
Relative truth, conventional truth, same thing. Ultimate truth, true truth. Sometimes they translate relative truth. Sometimes there's a conventional truth. Same thing.
It was on the basis of their relative existence that the Buddha explained that phenomena are empty by their nature. Only where there is a basis is it possible to assert emptiness. As it is said, form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Because
that is like you see that's in the Heart Sutra, the sutra they are taught by Buddha. And you see there, form is this word, form is empty, emptiness is form. Form is not different, empty is not different than form. This is a Heart Sutra taught by a Buddha.
Because there is form, we can talk about its non-existence. If there were no form, there could not be emptiness of form. As there are phenomena that we can talk about as being empty, we say there is a basis for emptiness. Without that basis, emptiness would be inconceivable.
This makes sense. Very good. Understanding is getting better. That's very good. Especially in the wisdom chapter, the most difficult one. Yeah, everybody's understands getting very good. So do good. Please continue.
An explanation of the practices of the first 5 paramitas, starting with generosity, gives us a clear view of the basis for emptiness. When, for example, we practice generosity to remove for ourselves and others all suffering due to poverty,
so, can you repeat this word?
when, for example, we practice generosity to remove for ourselves and others all suffering due to poverty.
Yeah, for us, for self and others, for self. So, so can you repeat this one more time, please?
Yes. When, for example, we practice generosity to remove for ourselves and others all suffering due to poverty.
Yeah, all suffering due to poverty. So now the question arises, how that eliminate? Eliminate, how is the word? They use the word eliminate?
Remove.
Yeah, remove. How practicing generosity remove
The suffering due to poverty.
yeah, suffering due to the poverty of oneself. How? So now I should ask, nobody asks questions, I should ask. Test your knowledge. So I should now test, I should ask questions. Nobody's asking questions. How practice of generosity remove the suffering of poverty of oneself? How? Yeah. Yeah, so that, yeah. Nobody's asking questions now, I ask questions. I use some of my debate skill from the monastery. Yeah.
So when we practice generosity, we're creating the causes that will have wealth in the future, either dharma wealth or physical wealth, and we can even help more people in the future.
Very good. How being generous create wealth in the future? You mean future mean like next life? How? No.
Karma.
No, when Lamula is reading, everybody goes like this, so I make sure that how being generous create the wealth in next life. How?
Karma.
I think that this life, do you believe this life, the wealth of this life, do you believe that caused by being generous or working hard? Or you become rich being generous, or you become rich by working hard? Earning like making money is being generous or being working hard? Yeah, Julia, would you explain? Julia,
No,
explain.
I can't explain it, but it seems to me, Geshe, that this is not a deep analysis, but it seems to me that being generous changes my perception.
You are in the debate courtyard, Julia.
Yeah, well, oh no.
You are in the debate.
I'm likely to fail.
Don't think that I will let you go, so that
oh.
whatever you want to say, you are free to say. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
some
please say,
of this
yeah,
is really reality. Is perception is really reality, And so if I feel that I have enough and then I'm generous, that my reality is that I'm wealthy, whether I'm physically wealthy or not, whether it's not that how much do I have in my bank account. At least
Right,
it's
right.
how it seems to me. It's not that I have more in my bank account. It's that
Mm.
my perception is of being wealthy, of having plenty, of sort of the openness of heart that comes from generosity creates a different reality for me, a different
Oh,
experience for me.
means you
That's
mean
a
like
very,
contentment?
very basic understanding, but that's how it
You
feels.
mean like contentment?
Yes.
Contentment.
Yeah,
Oh,
not even more than contentment, a sense of having a sense of having plenty, of giving. I have enough food, I can give you food. So even if I'm a little bit hungry, it feels like I have more because I'm sharing it.
so that is wealth.
Yeah, that's wealth. Wealth is a perception. Poverty is a perception. I mean, hunger is an experience, but it seems to me that it loosens our hold on
Mm.
things being literal, on wealth
Yeah,
being a function of my bank account, which it's
very good.
not.
Hunger is experience, yes, I totally agree. But the wealth is perceptions, property.
Right. Wealth is a perception, and generosity changes that perception, regardless of the physical, regardless of how much food I have on my plate or in my refrigerator or money in my bank.
All good, very good, well said, well said. But so here, in this case, wealth refers to material things. Then what do you say?
I think I
Yeah,
can have the very same amount.
whatever you said is perfectly made sense. You said the feeling of having enough, you consider that as a wealth. That's very good. And then contentment, that's good. So now here, in this case, practicing generosity remove the suffering of poverty.
The suffering of poverty.
Yeah,
But the
suffering
suffering
of
of
poverty.
poverty and poverty may not be the same because it's a
Oh,
perception.
that's good. So, so you still didn't answer my question.
Okay. Could you ask the question again?
Generosity bring more wealth, more material wealth. Giving more materials brings more materials to yourself. Then when it brings more material to yourself, so that removes the suffering of poverty.
So you're saying that it has to be literal, that being
Yeah,
generous literally brings more physical things, more money, not just a feeling of wealth or a perception of wealth, but a physical reality.
there will be no human happiness. Some texts, the Chandakriti Master Chandakriti said, enter into the middle way. In that text, Chandakriti said, there will be no human happiness if there's no wealth. Do you agree?
No human happiness if there's no perception of wealth. I don't agree if it's literal because there are a lot of very wealthy people we all know who are miserable. And there are people with very, very little in India
Yeah,
who are really
that's
delighted
true.
to have a hot cup of hot tea after work.
Yeah, not having a wealth doesn't refer to 100,000 US dollar. I think the wealth, not having a wealth, there will be no human happiness. Do you agree?
If we define wealth as
Material things. That really doesn't mean that material things guarantee happiness. Doesn't mean like that.
right,
It doesn't mean material things guarantee happiness. It doesn't mean like that. There will be no human happiness if there's no material wealth.
was Milarepa happy?
Huh?
Was Milarepa happy? Milarepa had nothing. He had a bowl and some, what do you call it? The green things he ate.
So now another question, do hippies have happiness? Do hippies, 1960s, early 60s, do hippie, do hippie has happiness or no? Or they pretend to be happy, or they really have true happiness, hippie. Probably has probably very, very little. Am I right? Hippie? Yeah. So let's go on. 1 second. Julie asked very important questions. So the house of Milarepa. I think Milarepa used to have wealth. Born in quite. I think the family was not like parents, but I think the grandparents. They are quite rich family in the town. They have wealth according to their village where they live in. They have, like, in Tibet, Eastern Tibet, Geshe hometown, wealth is measured by how much grain you have underneath your house, in your basement. How many, kilos of grain you have. It's not about grain. The wealth is measured by grain. It's not money. It's not bank account, it's just grain. So now there's a changing now, but it used to be like that. And some part of the world, the wealth is measured by how many cows you own, how many sheep, how many cows. So here in the United States, probably that's measured by so many things, house, car, I'm not sure, watch, many things. So very good question, Julie. I have no answer. What's our Milarepa? Julie's getting back to me. That's called debate. So see, there's there's this answer to Julie, what Julie asked. So very good. Within the Tibetan Buddhism, we have this practitioner called Chatel. Parted from Chatel. I'm not sure. One of my students in Colombia, she translated, she put it together. One of the lamas, it's not Tibetan, but it's from the Himalayan region. Geshe, don't remember the name, but very famous lama. Yes, very I think this is almost, I think he's Bodhisattva. So Kunu Lama Tenzin Janze, Kunu, the region from India, Kunu Lama Tenzin Janze. She did a lot of research there. She wrote biography of Kunu Lama. She's asking me the title of the book. She said beggar, wandering beggar. I said that's not good. You shouldn't use the word beggar. It's not beggar, wandering beggar. Anyway, Chatel is called Chatel. Cha means there are three things, To, food. To, Ku, cloth. Tam, fame. Among those three, Milarepa give up food, give up clothes, give up fame. So therefore, Milarepa is Chatepa, the best practitioner. Among those three, food and clothes relatively easier, but giving up fame is the most difficult one. So Milarepa is I think, genuine hippie of Tibet, genuine, sincere hippie of Tibet. No attached to reputation at all, zero attachment to reputations, zero attachment to food, zero attachment to clothes. But when himself said, when I desperately need some food, my mouth is desperately looking for some food, there is no food. So a lot of hardship. So now foods are looking for my mouth. So that means now he did all this practice. Now there are so many people coming to see him, bring all kind of food. So say now when I desperately need food, my mouth cannot find food. Now the food cannot find my mouth. There means so many foods. Ko chate ba toku tamsum. Yeah, the answer, Julie, Milarepa is very happy. Sorry, I'm going round and round and round. I kind of yeah. So now, between Milarepa and Chantakriti, so need to find common ground. Chantakriti said, without wealth, there will be no human happiness. On the other hand, Milarepa has no wealth and very happy. Both Minam Deva Longje Mimila, I think. But you don't agree. Human happiness, you have to have wealth. Without wealth, there will be no human happiness. You don't agree with that statement by not Geshe Gelek, by Chantakriti.
Yes. In the dictionary, the definition of wealth is having more than you need. And if people give up their wants and recognize what their needs are, and if those needs become less and less, then their definition of wealth, it doesn't take very much to be wealthy, right? I think as people give things away, if they're in a situation where they really need something, others are willing to give it back to them. But there's people that just want more and more and more and more, and they'll never be wealthy because they.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, that's very. So yeah, now.
Would it be that wealth would be the ability to be content without humans being able to be content?
No,
That's what I'm
yeah,
asking.
Yeah, say it again, Suji.
You said Chandra Kirti
Yeah.
said, without wealth there will be no human happiness.
Yes.
Could wealth be the ability to be content?
Conditions. Content.
Satisfied?
Yeah, that's like I think the Rolling Stone said very clearly. Rolling Stone.
Never be satisfied. Okay.
So it's like only wisdom. So now the main question here, what is the main cause of wealth? Now see, clothes, food, medicines, place to stay, are they called wealth? Huh? Huh? Yeah, so basic human needs, maybe that's what Chantakriti means. Like, I mean, like wealth, that's a little bit tricky, like wealth, like having easy access to food, caused by what? Having access to supermarket has like 10 aisles, each aisle's like 1,000 different chocolate, oh my, so there. Near my mother's street, Kushal Nagar, Judy, you've been there. Go to the store, small shopkeeper sitting in the middle of the store. You ask them, toothbrush, they give you one. There's only one. There's no 10, 20. Toothbrush is toothbrush, there's one. Toothpaste, there's maybe two. Used to be only one, that's all. Here, like, all kind of toothbrush, access to like all. What kind of like, caused by what? It's caused by what? Caused by what? You having access to all these things caused by what? What is the primary cause? Huh? Is this because you've been so generous? What is called this? All this like the need, like nice road, lot of park, food, all of that caused by
Karma.
created by wealth. The wealth created by what? Huh? Okay, so now we are having, Julie, sorry, we are having debate here. I say it's not caused by generosity, it's caused by hard work. What do you say? Huh?
Oh, thank you. I said, I work hard, oh yeah, define wealthy.
No, this is like, we are not talking about wealthy, we are talking about, so I say like everything that you have, whatever you have in your bank account, I say caused by what you say, generosity, practice of generosity. I say it's caused by hard work. What do you say? Huh? It's like working like 40 hours a week, caused by working 40 hours a week. Julie said, no.
Tendra and I are saying those are the conditions.
No, Julie.
Speaking to this one and that one.
Any amount of money in your account caused by your hard work.
It's so much more complicated than that. I mean, that's just
All right.
that's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, I can do a kind of work that generates money because I had education, because I had the parents that I have, because I was born in the United States, because I was healthy enough to go to school, because so it's way more complicated than just that one or 20 things. It's a web.
Right. That's true. So then Julie, you say like primarily it's like practice of generosity, cause the wealth.
I mean, Geshe, I can say that because I've studied Buddhism, but I don't I don't see the functioning of that. I don't know how that works.
I want to know from your heart what you say, not from the Buddhist point of view.
Yeah, from my heart, it feels like a perception of wealth is created by the heart that gives, which is generosity. I think.
So then you agree with the chant. You agree what Shantideva says that the wealth is caused by generosity.
Yeah, even in this lifetime, not on a deep multi-life, but just immediately. That sense what David was saying about having enough.
So then being generous kind of like removes the suffering of property for oneself.
Yes, I think it does.
Yes? That's good. So I'll stop my debates now. That's good.
I have a quick question or comment. So perhaps how do you say his name? Chandrakirti?
Chandrakirti.
Yeah, perhaps when he said that humans need wealth for happiness, was that?
Yeah. Human happiness, no wealth, no human happiness.
Okay, so we, as a human, we are in the desire realm.
Yeah.
And so maybe because we're in this realm, we need, a certain level of wealth. And like I think Tendralan and others were saying, to meet our basic needs.
Yeah, exactly right.
As a human in the desire realm.
So no food is hard to be happy. Right? No food is hard to be happy. So that the food is caused by your food, not just food, your food. You having access to food is caused by generosity, being generosity. In this life or previous life. I can defeat Julie easily. Julie has deeper understanding of Dharma.
So Geshe, you taught many times that there are three types of phenomena, obvious, hidden, and very hidden.
Yeah.
And you said that the fact that if you are generous in a previous life, in future rebirths, you will experience wealth.
Yeah.
You said that's very hidden because only an enlightened being would know that causality.
Yes, that's true.
So that's what you said.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. That's very true. I'm testing whether you're enlightened or not. That's obvious, hidden, very hidden phenomena. Being generous, get more like next life, more access to food, clothes, all of that. That is very hidden phenomena. So then what you do, you just rely on Buddha's word. Buddha's word. So called Sube Dangde, like practicing patience next life, you'll become more physically very beautiful. How you prove that? Very hidden phenomena. Practicing ethics, you will have next life, you will have higher state, meaning human celestial being there, like how you prove that? Very hidden phenomena. I'm just asking you, so something that needs to rely on Buddha's word, I'm asking you, wonder you may have answer. So yeah, now we'll stop here. So sorry, I wasted. I did very good. So yeah, maybe Julie, time to go to monastery to debate courtyard.
Oh dear.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Leo. Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, please turn to page 235 and 236 in the Gold Prayer Book, and we'll recite the first 5 dedication prayers. Gewadi nududa lama sangye dukyune dowa chikya marupa de sala Janshu Sancho Rinpoche, Make Panam Kejuchi, Kewa Nyamba Me Payang, Gone Gondu Pewasho, Jampa Po Jita Chemba, Kundo Sampo Deyande Shinte, Deda Kunji Jesu Dalochi, Kewa Dita Tamje Rabdungo. Dusu shepe gewa tanje ki ngowa kala chotu nga pade dashe gewe tsawa di kunja sambo chuchu rab tu ngowa gi dagi jine sape gewa di tendan dowa kunla gampe da chepa jetsu lo santa pai tempe nyingbo rindo sa jesho. And then long life prayers on page 244 and 245. First, for His Holiness. Gandhira we kowe
Shingamde pendan dewa
malu juwene
Chere
si wan tinzin yatsoi jape site bartu tenduchi. Page 245 for Sarah J. Cancer and Fouché, Jason Lessendale. Jonu iye nana wa shotu awatari tsembara sopa losan gewe de ton le pelcho shase jinju lama sowande. Then the inside back cover for Lama Zopa Rinpoche, fearless teacher and assembly of the children of victorious Lord Shabbakas and Pacheka Buddhas, victorious Losang, father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge in infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness and accomplish this prayer here and now, holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings through explanation and practice. Wore the armor of patience that is never discouraged, incomparable venerable Guru, to you I make requests. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and from other living beings, you suddenly departed to peace. What a great loss. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean of the three jewels and the great waves of bodhicitta of the children of victorious ones, may the smile of a new reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. And on the inside front cover, first for Geshe. Gewe lam la dempe de pun chok, le she dampa terwe ni moje, churki zawa mi ton shen chok, dapa powe lama zab ten chi. And then for Geshe Sangpo. Gewe churki ba chara ten ching, pilda la me danyak nin la chang, zampo jawe nin senda jepe, shenen chipo kutsarab ten chi. Then 7 green towers for all beings. Om tare tu re so ha. 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 Om tare tu re so ha.
Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Venerable Lobsang Thamje, good night. Julie, good night. All of you, good night.
Thank you, Geshe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone. See you soon.